All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash, and double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to you, Akim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And the Lord willing, this lesson will be around the topic of the King's Court, man. Understanding and being involved within the intimate things of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And because this is a not only a great responsibility that was given to us, but it's a blessing that was given to us. The scriptures say many men desire to see the things that which Yahweh Shai has allowed us to see, paraphrasing. But it's not given unto everyone. That's why the scriptures tell us in Matthew 13, it says, blessed are your eyes for they see, and for your ears for they hear. Right? Because Yahweh Shai allowed wisdom to dwell with us and to dwell within us for us to bring forth the Lord's increase, because we're indebted unto him. But to start off the precepts, I want to go into the book of Luke 7 and this Luke 7. Yeah, I'll start here at 20. I'll start at 24. It says, and when the messengers of John were departed, he began to speak unto the people concerning John, and speaking of Yahweh Shai. It says, what, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking, what went ye out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they which are gorgeously apparelled and live delicately are in the king's court. And ultimately, those that have that apparel, that white apparel, are who? Of the elect. And being in the king's court, I went on Google to grab it. So it says, what is the purpose of the king's court? It says the king's court is a term that describes the king's council and household, right? So his friends, ultimately, his council. It says the court traveled with the king wherever he went. The king would seek advice from the wise men of his court, which would include relatives, barons, lords, and members of the church, such as bishops. And then when we go down into it, it says the king's household, the royal court, a royal, right? Royalty. It says the royal court was the political and cultural center of the nation. And despite the risk, anyone wanted to be there, right? They wanted to be a part. It says at court, patronage and favor was given to those who pleased the monarch and taken away from those who did not. And ultimately, favor, grace, and mercy, is given unto the elect, right? So let's go some more into it. Let's see if it's any more. It says that court comes from the fact that most kings held court and made judgments. And Yahweh Shai is he not raising a nation full of kings and priests? Right? It says they would hear certain complaints and issues, especially issues between the most powerful barons and lords. Then they would make decisions with the help of the council. Let's see. New kings were crowned in a special ceremony called coronation. During the Middle Ages, the coronation was a religious ceremony where a leader from the church, such as Pope or Bishop, crowned the king. Kings were often anointed with holy oil, to demonstrate their divine right to rule. Let's see if it's any more. It speaks about taxes, leading men into battle, being led and chosen of the Most High, which is all things that the elect are to Yahweh Shai. When we go into the book of John 17, it says, for they are thine and thine are mine, and thou hast given them me. Matter of fact, let's just grab it. Because those that are in the king's court were specifically given unto Yahweh Shai. When we're going back to the beginning and look at the Elohim, these are those same men. This is John 17, and I want to start off at 9. Salak. 6. 5. Yep, 5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. Speaking of that first estate, as Yahweh Shai was the chief of the Elohim, first spirit created, It says, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Right? And that's special. Because not everyone has the name. Not everyone believes in the name. As you see, even within the circumcision, you have men who are telling you you're not supposed to worship Yahweh Shai. You have men who are telling you that the name doesn't matter. You have men who aren't exalting the name. So this clearly shows you that they're not within the king's court, because those that believe and are of the king's court and are exalting, giving praises and honor unto Yahweh Shai. Because they understand that Yahweh Shai is the mediator. He's that unblemished lamb. And the work he did on earth are to be highly praised, man. It is because of him that we're even able to believe and teach, man. It's of him that we'll be able to be saved. Lord willing, we be of the elect. Because through Yahweh Shai, that blood covers the sins of the elect. All Israel are going to be fine in the kingdom because of Yahweh Shai. Right? Whether you believe it or not, man, Yahweh Shai is to be glorified, exalted, and worshipped. And that's why the scripture tell you, every knee shall bow. You ain't gonna have no choice. It says, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto them, unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. Now I want to grab a quick precept really quick, because this is going to show forth another separation. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:27. And I'm going to start at 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by the reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh. Right when we going back into Ezekiel 37 chapter. It says, in a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahweh, and the image of his goodness. And this is the point. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls. That's that royalty, that separateness. She maketh them friends of Yahweh and prophets. Right? And the Lord, like I read 28, for Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Right? And these men are the same ones within the king's court or the king's household, man. And I want to grab another precept, because the same government is going to be established on earth as it is in heaven, as the scriptures speak. And when we go into 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, because we read that in Luke 7. So like I'm going to go back to Luke 7. Because it spoke about that apparel. Right here, 25. But what ye went out for to see, a man clothed in soft raiment, behold, they which are gorgeously apparelled, and ultimately is made white. I'm going to 2nd Esdras 13. It says, who are these? Matter of fact, I'm going to just grab it instead of saying it, just grab it. Salakia. That's 2nd Esdras 13, Salakia. This is... Stature. Second Esdras 2. And I'm gonna start here at 38. It says, arise up and stand, behold the number of those. It's like arise up and stand. Behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, right? The 144,000. It says, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. And this goes into that crowning ceremony, you know, that the scriptures speak about. Now I wanna write that in Wisdom of Solomon, 2 Ezra 13, John 17. Yes, right there. Isaiah, and I'm gonna close out in this precept. Hey, because it speaks about the king's court of those being the same ones that are basically the governing body, right? There's Isaiah 2:2. It says, and this shall come to pass. Matter of fact, I can go to Micah 4. I'll read Isaiah 2 first. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain, which is a government, of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Right? And that's going to be in the kingdom. You know, the nations are going to flow into Zion, you know, to receive the law, man. Hey, because it's going to be the laws, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures, and which are going to be the laws of the land in the kingdom to come. It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Now, much like this, Micah 4 at the top. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the tops of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, for we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And the governing body is going to be, you know, the rank in the kingdom, Yahweh, Yahushai, King David, the 12 and the elect, man. You know, then you got the 1/3. And that's just the ranking within the kingdom. You know, 2/3 are going to be in the kingdom as well, you know, in their right state of mind. But nevertheless, man, we want to be in the king's court, man. You know, and we're fighting to be of that number of the elect and receive those white robes and the crown on our head by Yahushai. And so, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.